check in just to say to you that not every week is quite perfect because last week was quite rough. I was sick at the beginning of the week and I overlooked the trades and I overtraded. I took quite some losses, and then afterwards, when the week went by, then the things just kind of spiraled. I ended up taking even more losses than I was expecting, and it just kind of felt a bit like of a snowball effect. So this video will be a bit more about my psychology and what was going before very good in May, how I was very consistent and very proud of my trades, and what went wrong this week. Let's explore my losses and see what went wrong. So here we're having TradeZilla, and as you know, this is my favorite tool to see either what the hell am I doing wrong or to see how consistent I am and find the mistakes which I'm doing and where to improve. So as you can see, this was the last week, and as you can see, like it was almost minus $1,200, which is a lot. I mean, I haven't taken so many losses for the whole course, to be honest. And what happened is, as I was saying, like at the beginning of the week, those two first days I was sick, and that didn't bring me to the good mindset. And then afterwards I was trying to recover, but at the last day, as you see, like I took 10 trades, which was bringing me kind of back to square one, to where I was before the course. And one of the reasons why my psychology started to get messed up is because on Thursday I got funded. I mean, it's amazing. Like the second account with Apex, and I got funded. I'm now getting funded on the 50k account, and that's great. But I was not even thinking that just because I got funded, my psychology will shift and I will not want to get any loss. So as you can see, already on Thursday I was taking 5 trades and just got into break even. Fortunately, on Friday I was having a win, and that put me on a better state of the mind. But then when I started to get sick on Monday, it was already Sunday when I started to feel it, and Monday and Tuesday I spent literally the whole day in bed, both of the days. Also Tuesday was the day after I got the fever. Those 2 days I was just like on my screen, on the phone. I barely could move. I was very sick, fever, cough, other things, and I was just like scrolling and like, oh, maybe I can find here a trade, maybe I can find there a trade. And this was the worst thing ever. Plus also, as I was telling you, after also Monday loss, which kind of, as you can see, like on the account, like this 2 days plus this, it almost brings me back to break even to a 50k account. And I didn't want it to see at all like 49 point something k on my Apex account, because I would feel like, oh no, I'm on a drawdown, I need to get a win, I need to get a win. And well, on Tuesday, this is exactly what happened. I started to see those numbers on Apex. It was like kind of like this pressure, like I need to get this. I need to get money on this account. I finally got funded. Finally, I can earn money. And then what is happening? I'm on the drawdown. Like, I cannot lose this account. So whenever I started to see I'm on a loss on a trade, I'm on a minus, I started to panic, and I was not going within the strategy. I definitely wasn't looking carefully if my, for example, trend line was crossed, if my risk management was good, and it ended up, as I was saying, as a snowball effect. And I encountered so many losses on Tuesday. On Wednesday I was trying to recover, I again failed. Finally Thursday I was like, yes, I'm having a green day. And then on Friday, kind of like forgetting about everything, just trying to recover, because already like on those days I was 49.2k, and it was $800 below my break even on Apex, and I was feeling so bad. So I was trying to recover at the end of the week to not have like my first red day at the end of the week. And as you can see, psychologically End of the topic. I just failed. Like, we can say anything apart from I overtraded, I got greedy, I got scared, and this wasn't completely a great day for the psychology. So let's see what kind of trades I took within that week, so between 9th and 13th. And first of all, we can see that I took 24 trades. 24 trades in a week. I was supposed to have like one trade, maybe 2 trades a week, maximum 3, because I'm having 3 instruments, so 1 trade per instrument maximum. And I took 24 trades. So 3 times 5, it's 15, maximum 15 trades. And I took 9 more trades than I should. Very bad. And we can see also that, like, actually I was very much experimenting with platinum, and that also brought me to a very bad mind of state. And as Monday wasn't so bad, as you can see, like, all those trades were taken on Tuesday, and we can see that the first trade I just got in and I wasn't sure about it. I started to doubt it, I started to overthink it. I was all the time on my screen for 9 minutes. I mean, like, it was a very fast decision to get out of this trade, and I didn't manage to hold it. And if we will look at it, actually literally I got in and got out. I started to doubt it because it was only 2 touch point trend line break. However, we can see that here this bottom is lower than the next one, so we are changing the direction. We're starting to go up, and I mean, it would be amazing trade. Literally, like, my take profit was at 3369, just before 3370, and it will hit it. But immediately I started to rethink things. It was after the night when I got the fever and I wasn't thinking clearly. So just because I closed this trade, I immediately entered to, as you can see, a very huge loss on platinum. And as you maybe remember, my losses were supposed to be minus $300. This was minus $370, and it was already too big, and it hit me so much. And then afterwards I entered again to encounter another loss. So 2 losses within a couple of hours on platinum. And we can see also that those trades are very short. One is only 24 minutes and one is 7 minutes. So let's see the first one. And we can see here that I was not thinking completely bad, because we had got 1, 2, 3 touch point on this trend line, and then we had got the break. The break happened during the night, so I couldn't enter here. Anyway, the price reversed, and again, this high is higher than this high. So when the price started to go lower, the red arrow is where I got in, and it was lower than this latest low. I literally entered, and this safety line was way too far for me. I couldn't even think about this, because it would be a loss of around $1,000. So I started like to think how I can exit earlier, and I just exited just slightly above, when I started to panic while seeing minus $370 on my account, which was above my limit. And that loss brought me to the next one on platinum, which is minus $160. And I was thinking, okay, it is a 3 touch point break, so maybe let's try a bit later on during the day. Maybe the price is still thinking, what is it doing? And I saw that here the price started to break more, but it didn't manage, and it break again. And here I was again pretty sure that price is going down, and nope, another loss. So instead of just taking 1 trade on platinum, I took 2 trades, very unnecessarily. And those 2 losses on platinum just put me in such a bad state psychologically, especially that I already saw that the gold actually would be a win. So instead of keeping the winning trade, I took 2 losses, and that just rolled forward with more losses during that day. And then the next day came, I was feeling way better, still a bit weak, but decided to go for a walk to get finally some fresh air after spending 2 days totally in a bed. And I was seeing this breakout, and I know that a lot of people that are also on the course also took this one. So as we can see, like first touch point, second touch point, third touch points here, and then the price was like really fighting against that trend line, trying to break through. So when the price broke here and hang around for around 15 minutes on the other side of the trend line, I was pretty sure it's going the other way. But then it immediately reversed, and as you can see, the price just shot to the moon and went up against me. But well, looking at this trade, it was according to the Tourist strategy, and it was just a fake out. And then I got out after the safety line was crossed. So well, the fake outs are happening, and I got caught in one of those. And then the next trade of the same day, because I took only 2 trades on Wednesday, was gold, and unfortunately another fake out, because as you will look, I got only 2 touch point break here, and then also I didn't mark it up here, but the price crossed my support resistance line. So I entered and I wanted to go long, and instead of this time taking the profits where I should have, because this candle was so big, I could just like take the profits and run away. But after those couple of days where I was not following the strategy, I was not holding long enough, I was like, no, I'm holding more, I'm holding more. Even when the price was going down, even to break even, I was like, no, I want to hold down accordingly to the Tourist strategy and see when the safety line will be crossed. I actually exited earlier. I'm a bit regretting, because if I would hold according to the strategy, and this would be my safety line, then I would be able to keep it, and then my take profit, which was at this level here, you can see that here again we're having a support resistance zone here, and this was where my take profit initially was. I would be in profit. However, also this loss was again not so much according to my risk. I think it was bigger than $300, and I was kind of not able psychologically to hold over that kind of drawdown. So well, the fake out caught me, and then the move happened slightly later during the day, and unfortunately this was again the loss. And this was unfortunately the third red day in a row, which really messed up with my psychology. I started to think what I should do to get some profits finally, have a green day. And here, as I'm saying, my psychology changed, because I started to think that maybe I should get those small profits from the market, not wait and hold for a long time, but just take those small profits and boost my confidence, because my confidence was so low. I started to feel like I'm not having a profitable day, the 4th day, and I'm still not getting any profits. So literally, like, take those small profits from the market, don't wait too long, just boost your confidence. And that was a huge mistake, because I got to square one, as I'm saying. I got back again to placing those very short trades, to scalp, to just like see a profit and then take those profits from the market. But as you know, it's very easy when you're seeing those profits and you're trying to take those profits from the market. Yeah, great, but those profits are so small. But then when you're on a loss, you're holding and holding and holding until your line will be crossed. And then it's too late, because the losses are becoming too big and the gains are becoming too small. And I'm back into square one. I'm back in the losses. So here we're seeing 4 trades. First were 2 losses on platinum and finally a win. And then afterwards, at the end of the day, I didn't want to hold anymore the gold. I wanted just to get out and enjoy my profitable day. But let's see what happened in platinum. So the problem with platinum is that my stop loss is way too small, and the platinum is moving very fast. So not only platinum trades are looking like scalping, but also my risk is too small and I'm being kicked out too often. So what happened here is, again, as you remember, before we had got like the trade here with 3 touch points, then I started to see that we're having 1, 2, 3 touch points here, and then the price again started to hug this trend line and started to try to get out. If we will zoom in, we can see that at the beginning the price started to get out from this trend line already on 6 a.m. UK time. Then it crossed on 7 a.m. and the cross was so big that I decided that I will get in. And here again the mistake, because instead of taking the profits, I allowed the price to get to this point and get back, and this point is already $200. So I could just take those profits and be happy with them, especially as I know how volatile is platinum and how is it going back and forth, and I am not allowing such a huge risk. But I allowed the price to literally get back to break even, and I closed with a small loss of $20. Then afterwards at 8 a.m. when the stock market in UK is opening, I took the same trade because the price started to push again to the downside. However, unfortunately here, after the push to the downside where I took the trade here, it started to reverse and I got out just before the trend line was crossed, and I would be kicked out probably because again this above this line where I'm hovering, unfortunately it was too big loss for me, so I closed way earlier, and that was a good thing because at least I had got a very small loss here. And then afterwards I took the same trade, but when the price got back there and started to reverse, it was rejected 1, 2, 3, 4 times from this yellow trend line. I decided to take a short when the price again crossed my previous entry and went down. This could be again a $500 trade, which would cover most of my losses. Unfortunately, I stopped it earlier just because I didn't take the profits here. So here I just wanted to take the profits. I wanted to have got this day on around plus $200, and I took them and I escaped earlier. The price very fast went down to my take profit, which was at the yellow line, and reversed. And on Friday my psychology was already so messed up. As you see, all of those trades were taken on Friday. I took 10 trades unnecessarily. Also, I woke up in the morning and there was again the war between Iran and Israel, and the gold charts were messed up, the oil charts were messed up. The only thing that was making any sense was platinum, and I was trying to catch this short, and finally I caught it here. But I got literally at the moment when the price started to go down. But as you can see here, any of those trades I didn't even hold above 1 hour. Most of them are mainly below 10 minutes, which is so much of a scalp. And I just wanted to show you this trade. So I was trying to get to this setup for the whole day. I saw the first touch point, saw the second touch point, and when I woke up the price started to create the third touch point. As you know, from the way further perspective, the price finally crossed this 1000 mark. It goes to 1100, but then reversed. Then it went to 1200 and it crossed even 1200. It didn't want to stay below 1200 and finally hit here 1300. So at that point, like, this is such a huge move for platinum that I was so sure about taking this short. Unfortunately, what happened is that I was expecting the price to move 1-2 hour later and with way slower movement. What happened, the price here crossed so immediately and this risk was again way too high. I entered here without checking my risk management. I knew that this risk is around like $500-750 dollars of loss. However, the price broke the 3 touch point trend line. It broke my support resistance, and I really wanted that win. And here we can see my greed. And good that I got out because my risk management was bad. But literally, I got out on a second, literally the second when everything melted here, and I would have got literally plus 500 plus $1,000 win. Like my take profit was around this level here, where we're seeing that candle. And it was $500, and literally, like as I'm saying, it melted within seconds, and it hurt me so much that afterwards, as I was showing you, that trade was here, and then after that trade I took another 5 trades because I was feeling kind of betrayed, but it was my fault, kind of what I done. I cannot blame the markets. I need to take the responsibility of what I was doing. But also I should never ever actually enter this trade, though it was the trade that I was waiting for. It was not accordingly to my risk management. The risk was too big. So yes, the price literally melted. But imagine if the price would just reverse, and from here it would literally cross my safety line. I would be $750 on minus. And that, we cannot allow that. That was totally not within my risk management. So those were my unfortunate mistakes from last week. And unfortunately, my psychology shifted so much that it's very hard to me even this week to get back to proper consistent trading. Good thing I'm now on oil for 3 hours and I'm not looking at this, so that's good. But let's see how it will go. But now I would like to tell you more. What was my review of last week? What I realized were the mistakes, and what I should have done, and what I should do in the future to avoid those mistakes. So let's look at that. So now we will look at the review which I done for the last week, and what I think it was wrong with my psychology, what was good, and what should have I changed. Well, I was thinking a lot how my trading changed from May to June. And one of the main reasons what have changed is that I changed the location. Before, I was in different place. I was back at home with my family, and at that point I was also very busy. My mom was kind of saying like, do this in the garden, can you help me cleaning this and that. So I was very busy, and apart from my additional freelance job, I didn't have actually time to stare at the charts, which was actually very good. And at the end of May, the beginning of June, I got back here to the house that I'm living in. And well, I don't have any more distractions from my family. I have 2 screens, amazing setup for working, and actually not so amazing for trading. I didn't have good distractions, so one of the things here what I'm writing is I need to have distractions. I need to do other things. When you're trading, you cannot stare at the charts. You cannot like look at the candle every single second and see what is it doing. You need to step out. You need to go for those walks, for swimming. Go for a small trip if you can. But also, what is my problem is I am a freelancer, so I can work from home, and this is my problem because another thing which I realized is that I should not mix TradingView with working. What happened is I'm having 2 screens. On one screen I have got my work, and on the other one I was overlooking the TradingView. So what have I done currently for today? I'm having a separate laptop which is on the table behind me. Only on this laptop I can use TradingView and look at the trades. I am banned from using the TradingView on those 2 screens. I blocked the TradingView with the extension which is called Stay Focused, and now I literally cannot trade on my working computer, which means I can focus on the work. And if I want to check the trades, if they're going accordingly to what I'm thinking, I need to switch to the laptop behind me. And I hope this will be a great solution. And I hope it will prevent me from looking constantly on the charts, which was happening last 2 weeks since I'm back here. And another very important topic which I realized is to not get influenced. So I started to get influenced by others saying like, oh, here's an amazing setup, here's a free touch point break, or maybe the setup should be already closed. And I should literally detach from all those things, and I should only focus on what I am seeing on the charts. And trading is very personal, so whatever I am seeing on the charts, it doesn't mean that this other person sees. And I should trust my own gut feelings, and I can discuss about the charts, about the trades and everything, because this is very beneficial, especially that I'm on the course. But I should do this after I'm closing my trade. I should not get influenced, read about others' positions or anything like that before, and I should just do it after closing it. After I'm ready, after I've done my wins or losses, then I can talk about them. But when I'm in the trade and I will get influenced, this influence like hits me so much. So this is my own journey, and I should focus on what I am doing, what I am learning, and how I am understanding the charts. At the end of the day, this is my relationship with the instrument, not someone else's. So last 3 points are very obvious. So the first one, starting from the bottom, more setups, more losses. I overtraded this week. I placed so many trades, and what? I ended up with more losses instead of choosing this really A+ setups, and those ones I should take because those are bringing the most profits. And definitely I should accept my potential losses and leave the charts alone. So when I'm placing my trade and when I'm placing the stop loss and take profit, I should leave the charts alone, and I should accept the loss which I'm placing at the beginning of the trade and know that this is the amount that I can risk, and I'm okay with that. And only then I can just let the trade play out and see what will happen. But also, as I'm saying, I need to step out of the charts. And looking more down, we see all my losses from this week, as well as the trade time performance. So we can see here that I placed a lot of trades after the New York session opens, and this was something that I haven't done in May. So this is something that I should work on. I know that I am more profitable if I'm placing the trades, especially within the morning time, within the London session open, but I am having a lot of losses usually after the New York session. Also, most of the trades that I took this week were actually shorter than even 1 hour, so that's very bad, and I should get back to holding longer and being more consistent, because this is not acceptable. And going further down, I just wanted to point to one last thing. So kind of aims for the next week, which I already said, like free touch point break, A+ setup, and something that I really want to highlight is that my best performance is when I'm placing the trades after the break of a strong or a very strong trend line, but not of a weak trend line. And my description of a strong trend line is when the second point on this trend line is at least 2 days away from today's date. So for example, if today we're having Monday, obviously we're discarding Saturday and Sunday. So our second point needs to be on Thursday. I don't care how far away is the first point, but the second point is 2 days away, and then the third, fourth, fifth point can be closer. But the second point needs to be at least 2 days ago. We need to have got a bit of the data behind the trend line, and that kind of trend line I am calling strong. And as we can see, thanks to the TradeZella, those stats are the best. With the strong trend line, I took 24 trades in general throughout May and June, and I got $1,200 on it, while on the week I put 17 trades, and definitely I had got quite some losses because my gain is only $200, which is a very huge difference in between those two numbers. So definitely I need to focus on a strong and very strong trend lines and place only trades on them. So I hope you enjoyed this video full of mistakes, and I hope you will not make the same as me. I hope you learned something from it, and see you next time. Bye!